Hi guys, welcome to the Immortal India podcast with me, Amish, and the next episode in the Did You Know series. What comes to mind when I say the names Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan or movies like Enter the Dragon, a favorite of mine when I was young, or Drunken Master or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Kung Fu, Karate, the martial arts? If I asked you where these arts originated, most of you might guess China, right? Or maybe even Japan. But what if I told you that the origin of martial arts lies in the vibrant landscapes of our very own Kerala? You may have heard of the ancient martial arts technique Kalaripayattu. Now, some of you call it Kalaripayattu, but I've been assured by a Malayali friend of mine that it's Kalaripayattu. Now, if I'm wrong, please comment below and correct me. But I've been told that is right, so I'm sticking to Kalaripayattu, which was born in Kerala. And like many great traditions, its origin story is also rooted in legend and myth. Legend has it that Parshuramji, the sixth avatar of Lord Vishnu, learned Kalaripayattu from Lord Shiva himself. And Lord Shiva had himself used this martial art form during the war against his father-in-law, Daksha. Now, some of you may want to know more about the war between Lord Shiva and Daksha. Well, you can read these books. The author is not bad actually, which actually does cover this war. Later, when Parshuramji brought up Kerala from the ocean floor, I'm sure many of you have heard this, that Kerala was actually brought up from the ocean floor by Parshuramji. In any case, when Parshuramji did do that, he taught this art to the original settlers of the land of Kerala, according to a renowned martial artist and teacher, Philip Zerilli. Kalaripayattu and its techniques can be traced back to the Tamil combat techniques of the Sangam period. According to some historians, this has been recorded in the Dhanur Veda, an ancient Indian script that forms part of the Atharva Veda. I'm sure you're aware, Atharva Veda is one of the four Vedas in India. In any case, here was laid the foundations for what we now call Kalaripayattu. I've given you the historical roots and the legendary roots as well, but how did the influence of this technique of Kalaripayattu spread all the way to China? That's where the story of Bodhidharma comes in. Bodhidharma was originally from Kanjipuram in Tamil Nadu, where he was born a prince to King Pallava. In his childhood, Bodhidharma was trained in both Buddhism and the Kerala martial arts style of Kalaripayattu. But he wasn't satisfied with the luxuries of palace life, so he renounced his title and became a monk, dedicating his life to spreading the teachings of Lord Buddha. Around the early 6th century, Bodhidharma decided to travel all the way to China, and there he reached the fabled Shaolin Temple. How many of you guys have seen that movie based on the Shaolin Temple? I absolutely loved it. In any case, there he found that while the monks were spiritually devoted, they were physically weak. Observing their frailty, he wrote 2 books about conditioning the body for control and flexibility. From these 2 books, he designed a strict physical and mental training regime which he began teaching to the Shaolin monks. The exercises that he created based on the moves of the Kalaripayattu were the very beginnings of what developed into Shaolin Kung Fu, the legendary Shaolin Kung Fu. This regimen, known as the 18 Arhat exercises, transformed the simple and frail monks into warriors whose prowess in martial arts became legendary. And of course, they used this martial arts only for defense. They didn't use it to conquer anything, obviously. They were monks. This confluence of philosophies and practices from India and China would shape martial arts for centuries to come. There are many legends around Bodhidharma, his life, and also his mysterious death. One such story is that after he passed away, a Chinese diplomat called Song Yun was walking through the Pamir Mountains. The Pamir Mountains are in Central Asia, by the way. In any case, Song Yun was walking through the Pamir Mountains when he came upon Bodhidharma walking in the opposite direction. He asked him, "Where are you going?" Bodhidharma replied that he was returning home to India, a journey to the west, if you know what I mean there. Songyun noticed that he was only wearing one shoe and asked why. Bodhidharma replied that when Songyun reached Shaolin, he would find out why and to tell no one of this encounter. But Songyun, and he wasn't really a good diplomat if he couldn't keep a secret, but in any case, Songyun clearly couldn't keep a secret because the moment he reached the emperor of China, he told him of the meeting at Pamir and was promptly arrested for lying. However, when I was a diplomat, so I was told when I'm told a secret, keep a secret, right? That's a primary job of a diplomat. Anyway, Songyun did not follow it. So, however, when officials were sent to Shaolin, the monks there opened the tomb and found it to be empty, except for a single shoe. So, Songyun actually did tell the truth. Now, whether it's fact or fiction, this story adds to the mystery surrounding Bodhidharma's life. Even after death, Bodhidharma's influence didn't stop at the Shaolin temple. His teachings rippled across all of Asia. In Korea, the teachings contributed to the art form of Taekwondo, characterized by its explosive kicks and dynamic footwork. Japanese martial art disciplines including karate and judo also find subtle influences from the techniques pioneered in the Shaolin wellness regime. Some scholars say that even the name karate has connections with Kalaripayattu. In Japanese, karate means empty hand. Well, obviously, you fight without weapons, right? So, empty hand. The third stage of Kalaripayattu training is called Verumkai, which also means empty hand. Amazing, right? Every kick, every punch, and every disciplined breath taken in martial arts around the world today carries a piece of ancient Indian wisdom. It's a living legacy of power, resilience, and spiritual depth. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time and tracing the roots of martial arts back to their Indian origins. Leave comments below on what you think about it and also the pronunciation of Kalaripayattu if I'm wrong. As we look ahead to future episodes, let's continue to celebrate our history and let it inspire our present. Jai Hind. If you enjoyed this episode, like and share it please. And if you want to receive the notification for the next episode, click subscribe please. Thank you.